Okay. A couple weeks ago, I had you research Fibonacci and do a little assignment about who he was and he is being named for. And there's a particular sequence that we've talked about. But basically, what I want you to see today is how Fibonacci relates to what's called the golden ratio. And then also you can see how Fibonacci relates to Pascal's triangle. If you were to go back to the websites that I gave you for Pascal's triangle, you would find that there's a relationship between the numbers in the triangle to the numbers in the sequence of Fibonacci sequence. So these two websites here, I want you to go take a look and just kind of read through it. I think you read through the first one already, but read about Fibonacci and read about the golden ratio, and then come back to this. So what is the golden ratio? Well, the golden ratio is an irrational number represented by phi, phi, or phi, which is approximately 1.618. Whenever the length to width ratio, and length would be the longer one, width would be the smaller. Anytime the length to width ratio of a rectangle is equal to this value, then the rectangle is a golden rectangle. Generally, anytime you get a number between 1.60 and 1.64 is considered close enough. So Fibonacci was a mathematician who introduced, not necessarily discovered, but he introduced this sequence. Each term is found by adding the previous two terms. If you were to continue on and divide each term by the previous term, meaning if you did 21 divided by 13, 13 divided by 8, 8 divided by 5, but if you did that further out into the sequence, what you would find is that as you divide, these numbers are going to get closer and closer to 1.618, which is that golden ratio. So the nautical shell, like the spirals kind of shown here on the rectangles, and you can kind of take a look at that. And what we're going to do is I've got a worksheet that is, you'll see when you get it, but it's a human head. And so what you're going to do is you're going to measure different parts, and then you're going to compare them to see if any of them are in the golden ratio. Because the idea of the golden ratio is that it's a ratio in which makes things aesthetically pleasing. So like that's why when you look up golden ratio, a lot of times the Mona Lisa will come up as one of the most perfect paintings that was ever done. And so it's because of that ratio, it makes things beautiful, basically is what they're saying. So you'll get that worksheet separately. Also, if you go back to this website, it was the one from above, and you click on the link and go down just a little ways, you'll see this come up where it says try different values. If you go right here and enter different numbers and hit go, it's going to create different spirals. So I just thought that was kind of cool that y'all might want to try that. So.